Hi everyone. Today I'm so happy to speak to Elissa Sagoskin, and it's really an honor for her to be sharing a wish with us. Elissa has lived a very interesting and privileged life with many challenges that she's really come through because her real belief, what really carries her, is that our lineage and what she got before her is what's really helped her through challenging times and what shapes her future. Elissa, thank you so much for being with us today. How are you?
Thank you. I'm great. Thanks for having me. This is really a privilege to be able to speak with you.
Pleasure.
So what I wanted to share is really just this idea that oftentimes when we find ourselves, whether we're in a new situation or a new job, or just in a challenging time in life, we're always thinking of how am I gonna get through this, or how am I going to find success and accomplish what it is that I want to set out to do. And oftentimes we think, how are we going to reinvent ourselves? And what I've learned in my experience is it's not necessarily reinventing yourself. It's taking a look in the past, where you come from, the people who have in your family, in your lineage who have inspired you with certain strengths and capabilities, and being able to say, well, they had that. It's also in me. So how can I redefine that, reshape that to fit my situation right now? And I think that's the key. We don't have to look for ways to drastically and dramatically reinvent ourselves. It's saying, what's already in me, and how do I utilize that right now in order to find success, in order to meet a particular challenge, to make it through a struggling time. And I think that's what's key, that everything that you have to succeed is already in you. You just need to kind of look towards the past sometimes, see how it was used in one way, and then see how you can, again, reshape that, redefine that, and use it in a way that's applicable to you at that moment.
Right. I love that. That's so beautiful because so often I hear people say to me, I was in this job and now those skills don't work for my life now. But really, whatever you've done in your life works for your life right now. It's been that journey that's brought you here. And I know when you talk about lineage, because we've met before, that you have a special lady who's guided you in your life. Would you like to share a little bit about what those strengths were that have been alongside you and that you've taken?
Right. So I've spoken in the past before about the lineage that I feel privileged to be a part of. And I started, I can, look at my great grandmother and my grandmother who they carry themselves with a certain degree of strength. They were very strong women who just put their head down and went to work. I mean, whatever it is that they faced. My great grandmother was a single parent in the 1930s, raising 3 small children. My grandmother carried that same strength in her own life, in facing various challenges and whatever it is that she did, whether it was in work and then later on in life, she faced illnesses, and she just faced it with this: I'm going to put my head down, I'm strong, I'm not going to complain, and I'm just going to get what I need to get done. And I took those strengths and I said, well, those are women that I look up to, and I saw how they met their struggles. And I recognized that that was a strength that perhaps I had in me, but I had to redefine it. And instead of just putting my head down in certain situations, I realized that can be strong, but there's another way to be strong. You can lift your head up. You can say, I'm in a challenging time. You can say that I'm struggling. And that's also strength. And I think that's really key as well, to, again, say, I have these strengths. I have these capabilities. I saw women and other family members in my own lifetime utilize them in a certain way. I don't have to do the same thing, but I have that strength. So I'm going to use it in this way. And in my life, what I've found to be successful and most comforting is when I was in that challenging time, I just met the struggle and I saw it for what it is. And I tried to embrace it and I tried to learn from it and tried to say, strength comes from recognizing that struggle and even getting down. But you have to get yourself back up and learn from what it is that you're going through. So it's not being strong all the time and putting on, this tough, bravado, but saying you can be vulnerable with that, but then rise up and learn from that.
Beautiful. I love that. So it's not necessarily about just being strong and getting on with it. It's sometimes possibly looking back into our shadows, seeing where the pain is, and being with that as well, not always running away from that and saying, yes, I'm in a vulnerable time right now. I love that. Thank you
Absolutely.
so much.
Yeah.
That was so precious.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. I appreciate this.